Hello and welcome, Goddess, to Healing Twin Flames with Empowerment Experiences. Well, the whole umbrella realm of empowerment experiences here. I have had moments this year where I am like, how can I just erase all the twin flame part and just go back to just empowerment experiences? And I share that with you because I want you to know that you're not alone in feeling as though this twin flame journey has just really turned your world upside down. And maybe you had made all of these plans, these dreams, and they didn't quite go that way. I feel you. I feel you. In case I haven't mentioned it yet, my name is Rachelle Richard. I've actually started this video a couple times. I get squirreled a lot. I am a Gemini, and so yeah, it so often seems as though I'm going in two different thought directions at the same time so often. Because we're always sorting it out, right? There's always like, oh, yeah, I can get going on things. I can get pretty impassioned about things. Today, I am a little more subdued because I'm feeling a little weird. It was a challenging week last week. I almost gave up completely. That's why there's no Twin Flame Tuesday this week. I didn't quite get there. I have been fighting the deep stored trauma that's been released this year in my body. It's been huge what's been going on in myself, in my body, and in my world, in my mind. The memories, the things that have come up this year have really truly felt like I've gone back in time. And I feel that in my body, right? But we need that. Because it means we didn't heal it when it happened. And so now we're being given that opportunity. And I am sharing this little shift I'm in the midst of right now, in this moment right now, with you, in the sense of, what do I do when I feel wonky? Wonky is a good word we like to use. It goes way back in my coaching. Someone special, and a very special goddess. And but wonky or discombobulated is one of my favorite words. Just the word itself is a cool word. Discombobulated, like, yeah, that's you know, you feel out of body, but yet you had the experiences and you feel them. Again, it's just like you're literally going back in time and feeling these things all over again. And you thought you weren't, but this is that twin flame journey. When you meet, it's amazing. It's you get activated. It's this whole incredible lit the fuck up, because you're going to need all that light to navigate the darkness that's being stirred up. It's like, oh gosh, I love my reference for the creek. Growing up a farm kid, we go cricking. That's what we called it. We'd go out cricking. And literally, my brothers and I, we would go traipsing through the creeks, and we'd go on our little Indiana Jones adventures and see what treasures and cool little archaeological finds we could find. And I'm seeing in my mind, though, that with this twin flame journey, which definitely wasn't the case with me, where things seemed pretty good. I mean, I thought I had a real handle on my self-love empowerment journey. I was coaching. It was great, amazing. And it kept on. This was the year, though, where everything just kind of crashed, in the sense of all of this deeper stuff really had to come up now. And that's, again, the vision that I'm seeing with the creek is, we would go through these creeks and the water would be clear, right? You think you got it figured out. You think you have all of this clarity and you're so sure. And then you're making your way through the path, and then before you know it, that clear water, you can't see shit. It is muddy as fuck. And you're just like, wow, and my brothers and I learned, luckily being farm kids, you know, we had our old shoes, like we could ruin them. They were our whatever shoes. So we learned very quickly. I think one of us stepped on glass, another one stepped on a little water snake. So we just kind of learned that we're going to wear our old shoes, our special cricking shoes when we go cricking, because we didn't know what was in there, right? And it could be painful if we step on something that cuts us, or we discover something that isn't so pleasant in that darkness. And we have to tend to it. We have to pause, take that break, and nurture and love it back to healthy. And that's what we're on this journey for. That's what this twin flame journey is about. It's about you loving yourself back to healthy, to the totality of you being in power, in your power, and in power over you. So that when things happen outside of you in the world, you can handle it. I'm here to tell you, sister, this year has been so challenging, emotionally, mentally, physically as well, spiritually, big time, because there's so many ages of me, so many versions of me that felt abandoned and betrayed by the universe. And so there's been so much of that coming through. And so there's just this just not feeling like myself. Yet at the same time, loving what I do so much that I'm like, yes, 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 yes. That's what's keeping me going. That's what's got me knowing in what I've always known that I'm here for in this world. In spite of all of the horrible things that I've been taught to believe about myself. And so if you're the same, I want you to know it's okay, first of all. It's okay that you feel this way. That you feel like there are literally two halves of you that are warring with each other almost inside you. A part of you that really needs to let go but won't. Because there's just so much infection in it. So many things that we have to face. And again, that's this twin flame journey. That's why they will go. And as well, you have to choose to detach too. My counterpart, I know for certain at this point, he and I, we have nothing to discuss. Nothing. Every ounce of my being has the most calm and the most certainty in the knowing that no, go. Especially with all the healing and all of the mission work that I'm doing over here. And you've got to listen to that and be okay with that. But that doesn't mean that there's not going to be plenty, I need my water here, plenty of healing, of learning, of discovering that you have to do. Spring water, yum. And in that discovering, in that healing space, you're going to be reconnecting with parts of you, rediscovering, reigniting, remembering, reclaiming parts of you. You're going to get to know who you are so much more. You're going to see parts of you that I'm telling you, that you thought you could hide from yourself, but that's the power of the twin flame journey. Whenever I recognized that no more hiding part, there was a part where he and I were ready to jump into this life and take off and travel and build YouTube channels and build these businesses. We had these amazing dreams, and then the world happened. And yeah, but before that, before everything got crushed, it was the no more hiding. That was something that we said. No more hiding, baby. No more hiding. Because again, with what he still ended up going through with, the forced arranged marriage and such, it's like judgment is their culture. That is how it works. Ours isn't that much better, however. At least technically I could, as long as they're legal age, thank you. I can marry anybody I want. That said, no more hiding. I always hear that. But that's the point, though. There's so much symbolism, I know, in my connection that I get to look at and go, wow. Just then another thing, samosas. It's always the little things that end up being so big. So as you go through this, and this is where I'm getting to here, and why I'm recording this video, and why I have one of my empowerment experiences journals here, is as you go through this transitional period, this transformational space where you are certainly not who you used to be, but you're not yet who you desire to be, you're not where you want to be, you're not feeling how you'd like to be feeling about yourself and your life. So that's what I always infer when I'm talking about, that version of you, not who you want to be. You don't feel confident and sexy and in your goddess energy. And it's okay if you don't. You're not, how are you going to do that 24/7? This is the realm of duality where, we have to have that balance. But as you're going through this shifting space and you're retrieving and reclaiming all of these parts of you, you're going to be led into spaces and places that are going to remind you and take you back and help you feel and heal through any remnants, any things that are connected with these deeper traumas and wounds. We have to feel and heal through all the layers. And so that brings me to something that my twin flame did for me. I had only written one poem in years before I'd met my twin flame. And it was a poem for my mother, or about my mother, I should say, and my relationship. Rise from Falling is the name of that poem. It is on my page, and there's more access to that coming. But point being, I'm a poet and I know it. That's something I've said forever. And I quit writing because I felt that it didn't have value. I was told that it didn't have value. And my twin flame reignited that. He'd never had a poem written for him before, and I said, well, I'm going to write you one. And that kind of just opened the floodgates. And I've written a lot of poems now since then, because that was such a huge part of me, and he helped to reconnect me with that. And again, that's the point of this journey. That's the purpose of this journey, is for you to come back home to you. And with that, I was led before I came over to record this video and share all of this beforehand here, I was led to pick up this specific journal because I knew, I could tell because I organize and decorate my journals. I do. I even have a course, a whole video course and kit with the journal. And it's really cool to guide you through organizing your journal. Anyway, I digress. So I knew, based on the status of exactly what was in this journal. And it's a lot of my poems that I have written since meeting him. And I thought, And this time I was led to open to this section here. It's a small little section, and it's red and black here. And they actually say love on these pages. But what's interesting, what I did, is the contrast. I actually did the contrast. For instance, the first poem is, "All my hope is gone." Very, 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 yeah. The next one is, "God is cruel." And all of these are written just a few months before. Well, okay, let me say this. They were written in the fall and winter after I'd gone to India to meet him earlier that year. Here or gone, which starts, "All is pointless, nothing really matters." Don't worry, I will be recording these and sharing these because words matter. And even if I share them and they're just to let you know that you're not alone in what you feel, here, let me put it into words for you. That's the value in my poems, I know. And then I get to Twin Flame Revelation. And I read through that one, and that one was, yeah. But it was the last one in the series here. 3 pages. Oh, birthday card. And it's titled Twin Flame Journey. And as I skimmed through the stanzas, I went, oh wow. That came out of me. See, this is why I say I channel poetry. Because 9 times out of 10, I don't remember the words unless I read them over and over and over. So, let's begin this, shall we? Okay. Twin Flame Journey. I gave you all I even could, more than what I ever should. You threw it all and me away, after begging so much for me to stay. How could you go and leave me alone? How has your heart become a stone? I made the mistake of letting you in under the guise of letting love win. Never again will I let this occur. Love destroys, of this I am sure. There is no room to trust or allow, to love no more. I am taking this vow. Yet, as I read these words again, I know the truth revealed within. That love is why I am sure I am here. My entire life, this has been crystal clear. In spite of trauma, pain, and tears, abuse and self-loathing for so many years, there has always been a deep part inside, believing in love with arms open wide. As much as I find myself asking why, I mostly just no longer want to cry. I could make that choice to cry no more, but then I'd miss all the joy in store. You see, this truth I've come to know. The deeper the carving of sorrow into that which is your true being, greater is the space for receiving. I know for certain love is our calling, but the pain I feel is quite appalling. Makes it a challenge for me to believe and nearly impossible to receive. You've opened my eyes, taught me so much, facing fears, self-love, and such. Never could or would I have known countless lessons and blessings shown. I am knowing with every ounce that is me, I would do it again, this twin flame journey. The excruciating pain, intense healing, this amazing, powerful, connected feeling. The more I learn, the less I come to know. Yet I do understand and believe it to be so. That everything that's happening is as it should. So me stop believing? You bet I never could. I know, it sounds crazy, I know. Yet I am one to follow signs that show. My world to create, my path to take, the direction to go, and choices to make. To him my heart is pointed, yes, this is true. With never-ending signs, this I promise you. Numbers, songs, and twin flame information gratefully revealed just before separation. I say again, I understand to a depth and degree the reason for all this and why it's come to be. You and I must go and grow through this. We have lessons we simply cannot miss. Thanks to the guidance of those more awake, so much more sense does all of this make. Twin flames, awakening, dark night of the soul, shadow work and shifting, that is the goal. One day soon, I'm sure, together again we'll be. I am always going to believe in what you said to me. When you were feeling good, following your heart, we are connected in our souls, never to be apart. So no matter where you go, what we come to be, I'll always see us together, living life as we. Because I know at the deepest part of me, this is the way of the twin flame journey. Was it perfect? No. Every word exactly as I wrote? No. Was it exactly as it was supposed to be? Yes. Thank you for coming along with me. And with that, I will leave you be. I remind you that the power, it is in your hands, Goddess. Even when you feel like it isn't, and you are barely hanging on by a thread. Know that you are being supported. Just throw your hands up in the air and say, I trust, I surrender, I say yes. Okay. Because no matter what else can you do? Again, it's been a very intense, very, very intensely emotional journey of healing, deep, deep healing for myself this year. So let's keep continuing on, finding our power. Because again, I remind you, I assure you, Goddess, that the power, it is in your hands. And as someone who has felt as though it is not way too often in my life, I promise you, it's in your hands. Because the power, that power has always been inside you. Namaste.